Well, it sounds official. It sounds like Brocksworth Pulev is going to take on Anthony Joshua and Cardiff Wales October 28th. This your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. And basically, he was forced into this fight. That's what it sounds like because on his Facebook post, kind of interview he did, he says that, he's definitely out of shape. He's going to need 3 to 4 months to prepare and to get in shape. And him and his management team and his promoter wasn't on the same page. They weren't talking. They had preliminary talks about Joshua, but, Pulev said he wasn't ready. All of a sudden, about a week or two later, this guy says, I want to fight. That means that Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua just sweetened the pot. And that's what they do, man. They wasn't trying to give Ortiz a shot. They want Ortiz and Wilder to fight each other and then, get one of them out the way. It then fight the winner and then go on to fight Joseph Parker in the future, which business-wise makes sense. But, in the overall view of the heavyweight division is just stupid, in my opinion. It's very stupid, They don't make fighters like they used to. And we know they don't make heavyweights, especially like they used to. Everything is done off the business model. Nothing is done off the fighter's clout, If Anthony Joshua was so good or so great like y'all think he is, he'd have fought Ortiz, fought Parker or Wilder, and whatever order he wanted to fight him in, and got it out the way. This dude's a pussy. In my opinion. He ain't Lennox Lewis. He ain't Calzaghe. Even though Calzaghe fought a bunch of bums, in his career coming up. But he at the end of his career he finished pretty strong. Ricky Hatton, he ain't him. He ain't in the same breath as Carl Froch. To me, he ain't shit. Mentally, mentally, and physically wise. He's just a big motherfucker that can punch. That's it. And I do think he's the most talented heavyweight out there. And that's not saying much, though. But he's fighting Pulev. They want easy fights over there. That's all they really want is easy fights. And the same people who turn around and say, well, Deontay Wilder fought this, now they promoters of Pulev and Joshua, him fighting bullshit fights. And people will talk about, Wilder's career and how it's full of bums because he was moved slowly. He wasn't asked to be moved slowly, but he needed to be moved slowly. But if Joshua is improving at the rate y'all say he's improving in, what's the issue with fighting, Ortiz right now? A guy that's coming off a long layoff, a hand injury. It makes sense. You're not going to get him at a better time. He's not confident. They're not confident, Anthony Joshua. They're trying to build a brand, But at the end of the day, the Pulev fight, at the end of the day, it draws no interest over in the United States. And I don't, UK fans, they probably don't give a shit about that. They're going to eat this fight up like it's a big fight or it's a decent fight when it's not. It's a bullshit fight, And people say, oh, this is mandatory. Well, Ortiz is mandatory too, and that's a way better fight. And at the end of the day, man, people are, oh, you a Joshua hater. I'm not a Joshua hater. I'm spitting facts. I'm telling you guys, he's the best heavyweight, I think, in my opinion. But it's vacant right now, the top heavyweight, in my opinion. They make all these motherfucking, these plans to fight Tyson Fury. Oh, we're going to fight Tyson Fury. They want to fight everybody but Ortiz and Deontay Wilder. Everybody but. In no way in hell that the IBF is more prestigious than the WBA. You can't tell me that. He was handed the IBF title. He truly was. He didn't really win that versus a real champion. He didn't. He won that versus Charles Martin, a fraud. I said it before the fight. WBA title, I give him that. He won versus a 41-year-old guy. Ortiz made that possible. He stepped aside and made it possible. But he fighting Brocksworth Pulev October 28th. UK fans, Anthony Joshua fans act like it's the next best thing smoking. But it's a bullshit fight. He should be fighting Ortiz or Wilder, man. It is what it is, If he's as good as they say he is, then they trying to pump him up, and he's going to be another hype job, I hope not. I hope he can be a good heavyweight and be a good ambassador to bring the heavyweight division back up. But if you're scared to compete in a watered-down heavyweight division versus vulnerable foes who have titles or who's on it or who's your mandatory, and you scared of these guys, man, you're not a real fighter, man. You're in a watered down division, man. You should be taking these guys out. One by one, get it over with. And then you can pick and choose your fights as you please in the shitty heavyweight division. But he's scared. Eddie Hearn's scared. And that's just the bottom line, but it is what it is. We gone.